Joshua Oigara, CEO of KCB Bank. Pleasure to be speaking to you today.
Thank you.
Joshua, we've had a great year on the stock market. I think on a total return basis, KCB has posted in excess of 67% at my last calculation. How would you characterize is the share price reflecting the reality at KCB?
Well, it's a good question. I believe that the year has been strong generally for our business and the market in general. But we have always been, top three stock in the market. We've been able to support our business strategy as we go beyond and deliver on our commitments on a year-on-year basis, perhaps slightly ahead of what our internal targets are. And if you look at this year, it's been quite exciting for our business. I came in as a CEO early in this year, and we've been able to say we started with some kind of changes, but our strategy has been the right strategy for the last 5 years. We said we want to grow a little bit in the markets where we are in the region, and we are the largest in that market. Build up our businesses around the SME sector, strengthen our corporate side of our business, the retail side as well, and also the mortgage, because we are bigger in all those segments where we operate in all the countries. And for us, the confidence is that we are continuing to do well in each of those countries that we are, and that is the confidence, in my view, that the market is.
So looking at the business, Q3 profit before tax up 15.87%, better than the majority of the peers that I could see. But what stood out for me, Joshua, was the actual performance of the foreign subsidiaries. Those are the banks in the EAC.
Yes.
There was a stunning improvement we were talking about earlier. Do you just want to tell us about what's been going on in the portfolio as a whole?
I would say Aly-Khan is not different, that we are seeing stronger performance. For once, the level of financial services inclusion in those countries is still on the lower side. We are saying below 10%. In countries like South Sudan, is less than 2%. So there's a big opportunity, and because we are fast mover, we are the first regional bank to actually cover both East African community and South Sudan in terms of service provision. We see our customers increasing significantly, a double digit, sometimes 50% growth in those markets. So we are on the lower base of growth. Initially, our target was to share of our income from those countries was to be 13% by the year 2015. We were 8% in 2012. We are now seeing this year we are almost going to exit between 12 and 13%. And the growth is in all sectors. In the retail side of our business, particularly in markets where we are bigger in retail, like in South Sudan and in Rwanda. So South Sudan today, we are 42%, 43% market share. In Rwanda, we are 8%, 9% market share. And we have our new baby, which is Burundi, which is largely profitable from the first 6 months.
And that was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It's an exciting market. Yeah. But the value of integrating customers in one chain, because naturally within EAC there's common trade, is an impeccable difference for our customers where we are. Then in Uganda and Tanzania, we have got a very niche trade finance, corporate side of a niche investment in those countries for our customers in the region. So I would say for us it's an exciting journey. We are just beginning. Remember, it's been 6 years. Our oldest subsidiary was Tanzania, but we see a lot of investment coming in those in the countries, and it will be an area to accelerate our growth in the medium term.
Are you, from what you're seeing from the region, the East African community, are you optimistic about the macro opportunity in the EAC?
Today, Aly-Khan, we're in the most defining moment in the history of our region. Countries are growing 6% growth. Perhaps the country with the lowest GDP expansion is Kenya at 5%. We are seeing Rwanda at 7%. We are seeing Burundi at 7%. We are seeing Uganda, Tanzania at 8%. And that is an opportunity with the younger demographics and opportunity to be able to grow different sectors. It's a chance to take the opportunity and support the transformation of our people where they operate. And for me, what we can only see is stronger growth. We need more collaborative partnership with like-minded business partners, both with governments, businesses, for instance, Safaricom that we work very closely with, individuals, whether they're from Kenya, whether they're from the region, they're from Asia, they're from China, to say how do we collectively work together to deliver solutions for our customers today.
Joshua, you as an individual, I find that you're very much a 21st century collaborator, and I see that in your relationship with Safaricom, the approach you're taking to the business. And I commend you for that. What other areas of collaboration have you entered into this year? Obviously, Mbenki was a big collaboration with Safaricom. What other areas can you point at and say, look, this is where we're collaborating now in a new way with different businesses or, different stakeholders?
My belief in our business today, and just for any successful business, a large country like ours, the region with 140 million people plus, you need stronger partners. And stronger partners comes from collaborating together. So a partnership is a key theme that we're running to do as an organization, as a leader. And therefore, it's not unique that we have got common values and vision. We're working with organizations like Safaricom, for instance. And M-Bank is a very strong collaborations with the mobile telephone operators like Safaricom, using their channel of our payment solutions, money transfer solutions of M-Pesa, and the Ministry of Interior. Because ultimately, the authentication is happening from an online check of our customers. And that is the first in this market today. So partnership with the government to say, let's use the database about registration of person to say, authenticate this person through their national identity card. And then we've got another part to say, how do we partner with an organization, for instance, Safaricom, to put it together? And that, for me, is not just an exception, but the way naturally we want to run our business going forward. If you look at other countries like in South Sudan, we have a strong partnership with the government to say, how do we deliver services? We are the only bank in the 20 states, in the 10 states in South Sudan. So that shows you an opportunity to say, that gives you a bigger chance to meet our customers at their needs. We believe as a bank is we want to open possibilities for our customers. We can't do it alone. The opportunity today is bigger. Another example is about the county government. Devolution today, we just come out of Mara.
Yes, I saw that, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. One of the pioneer, the only branch inside the Mara.
Yes.
The next branch is over 100 kilometers away.
So, I mean, is there still low-hanging fruit? Surely that is like an opportunity that people had missed. Do you see that still in Kenya?
If you look at our history, I mean, I've been here for many years. Our strong heritage is around providing solutions in different parts of the region where we see opportunity, not just for profit, but to transform the lives of our people that we engage and our customers. And we've also done this year a unique investment in terms of putting our customers first. If you look at our digital investment, particularly on digital banking, if you look at first, we started with a queue management system in our branches. My customers today, especially in the top 15 branches today, and we have another 35, which are on stream right now, which should be ready by first quarter of next year, is give them a chance to have some dignity as they come to the bank and get their services much faster. So what the queue management has done for us is to make sure that we're spending less time. We're able to track how long it's going to take our customers. In most days, most of the branches we've done that have improved the service levels. Then we've also done a web chat within our website.
Yes, you were saying, how many conversations?
So sometimes we have got 200 conversations per day. And a lot of them are both Kenyans, East Africans, and diasporans.
Yes.
So we're a bank which is saying the me banking or self-banking services, you're able from the comfort of your home or your businesses or you're traveling, access your bank with yourselves and talk to us. We are online present. We've also doubled our size of our contact center this year. If you see our number of responses at the beginning of the year,
noticeably.
Absolutely. And that for me is a need. And this contact center listens around business across the region for our customers.
Can I just touch on two aspects of that? If you look at the demographics of the East African community, the median age is like 15 or 19 in some countries. This digital strategy, are you getting a lot of traction because this is the way the new customer wants to interact with the bank, or how would you define that?
Traditionally we say that we needed to make investments today for our future customers. But that's not the case anymore. Our future customers are already with us today. So their level of engagement with us, the level of services they're looking from us as an organization is such that we need to be faster, convenient, simple, and easy for them to access. So if you look at the investment we've done, and we will continue to make more investments on mobile banking solution, for instance. So M-Bank is just one platform. We're going to, M-Bank, by the end of the year, we're riding on with a mobile loan product, which is typically available from your mobile phone.
You're going to have that.
So we're just adding it on as a final phase of enhancing M-Bank platform. So that is an exciting moment for our customers.
When will that be?
So that should be September, end of December. So we've got 3 months since we launched M-Bank 1st of November, 2 months. The third month, the customer should be able to access.
Will that loan be made on where will the credit history come from? Or
so credit history will come because they've been able to make some deposits on their accounts already in the last 3 months. That is sufficient enough to do a pre-scoring that we are looking at today. And therefore, they can be able to get their own needs, with daily needs, weekly needs, monthly needs. And so that kind of pre-scoring we've already been doing for our customers, only they had to come to the branch.
Right.
Now we're delivering the same solutions on a mobile platform for themselves. So that's one way. But also looking at the website and our internet banking, we launched our iBank as well. Yes. And that is to explore opportunity for our customers to say, where you are, you can do your businesses. The channels are providing a bigger plan of the way interaction is going to happen. If you can simplify our customers' life, we can make it easier for them to access the bank. Basically, because we are big enough, we can be where the customers wants to be. We can come back where you are and give you the solution.
Now going back to the diaspora, because in our pre-talk you were telling me that you thought there were how many Kenyans in the US?
Today we have estimated in the US today, speaking to the High Commissioner last year, we got in excess of 1 million people today. You know, and these are Kenyans who have been there for long years, looking back to reinvest. Yeah. We were in the US this year, we met close to 1,000 Kenyans ready to look back and say, enable us make investment back home on real estate, on infrastructure, on telecommunications, on different sectors. Some want to come back. In the United Kingdom, we got more than 500,000. And if you look at the amount of transfer that comes back, not just in Kenya, yes, but in the region, it just shows a big opportunity for us. You know, opportunity for raising bonds, for instance, in the diaspora as a country, for instance, but also a chance to say, engage them collaboratively to bring in investment into our country. And those are our brothers and sisters. With the skills that they have gotten, we will take off as a country working with them together. So we are excited around our solutions for our diasporans. And we have more investment coming in that channel in the first quarter of next year to make it much easier for them to do a transfer of funds from their card abroad into their account in KCB.
Because I remember 2 years ago when we went on the same thing, we were getting a lot of feedback saying, you know, we just want the right vehicle, we're not comfortable, it's so much is going to the family, we don't know what's happening. Are you providing a solution to those worries?
Since we came back, yes. This is 2012, I remember. It's almost 18 months now when we came back. We've got close to 3,000 customers already.
Wow.
And these customers have facilities.
Yes.
So they're already coming back to say we want to reinvest. And we've seen a lot of them interested in the projects, interested in their own reinvestment back at home, on real estate particularly. And for me, that is exciting to say with the skill and knowledge that they have had, how do you engage them to collaboratively invest in our country? Aly-Khan, our vision as a bank, is the country cannot develop today unless we can get all our people to put their hands together for the future of our nation, for the future of our children. And that, for me, is what we stand for as a strong organization.
I think that's a great theme, right? If we pull together. Can I now, Joshua, turn and just go into the deep data of around the bank? Asset growth, I think, is running at about 8% this year. Conscious decision or not to?
Yes, this year, yes. I mean, our view this year was a growth of 10%. And Aly-Khan, where we stand today, we are way on course to exceed that kind of target. But it's very deliberate because we are saying our growth this year, largely, being a large institutions with a loan base today in excess of 300 billion, is to say we want to target where we can enhance our return, both on our shareholders' equity or investment, and also return on assets that we have gotten. So we are very decisive around how we want to look at balancing our total side of asset that we've gotten, so we can improve the yields overall. That delivers a much better return for our shareholders. We are very keen about that. So we have been more aggressive in terms of growing a particular segment of our business, particularly small and medium enterprises part of business, because that gives us an ability to enhance our yields. And for me, it's something we want to continue doing even in the short term and in the midterm as well, because it gives an opportunity to reach sectors. Remember that our share of SME in our total portfolio is less than 5%.
Less than 5.
Correct.
Yes. But with the highest yield, is it?
Exactly. It's one of the highest yields today. But it's because traditionally we're the largest in terms of the corporate banking side. So big ticket deals, this is 40% of our business today.
It remains 40%.
It remains 40%. Yes. We've seen it at 45% at the highest 2 years ago, so we're at 40%. Our personal lending side on retail banking at 30%.
Yes.
We sell mortgages at 15%.
Yes.
And we've got 8 to 9% in agriculture. So, and to provide more solution today with devolution and millions of Kenyan, particularly the 60-70% out of Nairobi. With devolution, we're saying spend much more investment of our money into agriculture, supporting the value chain in dairy, in tea, in coffee. Because that gives deliberate transformation of their lives. And as a large bank, we can give the financing facilities for them. Another area we are very much involved in is stable banking. So the women and the youth with their groups today, this is a very deliberate effort from the bank in line with the government vision of Ways of Fund. And say, how do we get them, as they come together, and we will today have close to 500 million shillings already lent. This is kind of women groups, and we see them growing every day. They are small today.
Yes.
They could be borrowing 10,000 today, 5,000 today.
Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Exactly. But then because then we have whether be a Biashara Club, which is a small and medium enterprise, they have a chance to learn that part of business, relationship and value chain, and then we have the large corporate. So we provide a one-stop shop, actually, as a bank. So that is on the asset side. And we will continue growing, perhaps a double-digit growth is what you're looking for.
What would you look for next year? I mean,
We will still be looking ourselves between 15%, max out of 20%, but 15% on about our target for next year. Because our base is bigger. If you look at the total number in absolute terms, they are significant.
You said you've added 1 million customers this year alone, right?
Exactly.
That's not including any M-Banking.
Not yet. M-Bank we launched it this month actually, the beginning of this month. So we're saying, how do we progress for next year? We are very excited about this the M-Banking solution for us, because it's not just about the convenience, but also the ability that you can be in a marketplace, my own customer in Gikomba markets, in Mathare markets, in Kibera markets, where you are. You can transact with your bank, transfer, deposit. We have agents as well. We have 6,000 agents this year.
6,000
Our goal next year is to double our agents next year to 12,000. And which means the agents will be available where you are. So you don't have to leave your business premises where you are to actually go in and transact and meet your bank. And all our M-Banking customers automatically receive a mobile banking platform.
Wow.
So it's a double solution for them, because then you can now automatically access all the mobile solutions at the comfort of your phone.
It's incredible how transformative technology has been in Kenyan banking, right? I mean, if you look at this platform, it really is a revolutionary one when you think about it.
Very exciting today. And it will continue to evolve, because the good thing about technology today, and it's not just the banking alone. I salute a lot of work which is done by the Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology. I mean, the view about the government moving into e-payments, totally for all government payments by next year. It just shows that as collaborative as a country, we are all moving towards a new space. And if you automate and digitize the payment platform and solutions, you increase economic activity, you improve productivity. So at the base of that is actually improving well-being and value creation for our customers, and overall an expansion of GDP. So it's a very concerted strategy which all of us as leaders and in business, we must support for a stronger country.
Can I jump to the credit rating and the financing of the book? Can you just tell us a little bit about that? International credit rating was received, or is
we have the regional credit rating, which, and this is the best rating of a AA, with a stable A1 plus stable outlook. In the region, we have the highest rating, but this is really for us to be able to assess preparations for our much more robust international credit rating, which is the plan for next year. And the reason for that is the way we fund our businesses and looking at long-term projects in particular sectors of infrastructure. We look at oil and gas. We also look at areas like mortgages and real estate. We're saying
where you are the dominant player, right?
Yes. Today we are the largest player in this area, in excess of 35 billion shillings.
Lent on mortgages.
Yes. Although they're still not as many, they are less than 10,000. We are at 8,000 mortgages today.
You have 8,000.
Yes. Today.
One of them is mine.
Thank you. So if you can do that and run, then we want to raise a Eurobond international market. So we've also been able, in the short term, in the last 2 years, is to provide DFI kind of funding. So we've done some IFC before. We still have very strong finalized plans between now and the first quarter for close to $150 million facility coming through to the bank.
Will they be dedicated to a particular segment?
Yes, some of them are very specific to SME, for instance. Perhaps half of that will go into SME sector, and specifically some will go into real estate and infrastructure sectors we are looking at, and including energy. So we're working with IFC, we're working with the institutions like Ghana International Bank, we're working with other institutions, DG, for instance, and that gives us a pool initially to say this is how we want partners to work with us to drive the kind of agenda of growth in those sectors. So it's quite exciting that part of it is providing more 7, 8 year to 10-year, 10-year facilities to enable accelerated growth in those sectors.
No, it's very, very promising. Joshua, I know we've got to wrap up because we've got a time limit. I've got 10 minutes, I think. I just want to touch on the fact that, I think 2 years ago you and I met, you were appointed CFO. A year ago you were appointed CEO. Here we are a year down the road. There's been a lot of change during this year. I don't think you've been sitting here quietly. A lot has happened. How would you characterize the toughest challenges this year, and what do you think were your best successes if you look back over this period of increased responsibility and leadership of such a venerable bank?
I will use a common Chinese saying to answer your question. A Chinese say that when a wind of change blows, you can create a barrier to stop the wind from blowing, or you can use the wind to create a windmill. So for us, yes, change is really what is today in our business. It happens every single day. Charles Darwin mentioned about the surviving of the fittest. Really saying that the ones who survive most is not the ones who are strong, but the one who is most adaptable. to run with the change.
Yes.
And that's really the day-to-day about our momentum or my belief or my
Yes.
style of leadership. We started the organization with changes, reorganized ourselves. Largely, we are complete.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a new team in place. We've also strengthened. Part of that new team includes my own internal team. We actually had a couple of promotion internally this year.
Yes.
My own director of credit was one of my staff in Tanzania.
Yes.
And Tanzania provided one of my strongest people to lead our crisis function for the group. And that gives you a chance that it's a big blend, both internal resources from development plan and also getting some external staff coming in to join. So at the executive level, I would say we are more or less completed. And we've been able to manage in an area of major changes. Sometimes you expect that we are not progressing. What I like about our change this year is our business has continued to remain stronger this year across the region with those changes, which is a sign that we are is a controlled, is a well-managed change process in the organization. And because we are large enough, we have over 6,000 staff, Aly-Khan, in the region.
6,000 staff, how many branches?
So today we have 236 branches with 6,000 agents and over 1,000 ATMs. So that's quite a big network for us. And I'm excited that is able to see. But the changes are a little bit more, and we have all converged as a team in terms of this is our common vision, what we want to drive at. We are putting really a lot of investment around enhancing our level of service for our customers. It's an area that we haven't been able to do well. I'm excited about when I see on social media customers very excited. Sometimes we definitely have difficult conversations, which is normal in our business. But I get excited about the little tweets I see from my customers saying, well, I went to my branch today and I can be on my heels.
Yes.
Why? Because I can sit down and transact via my phone before my turn comes. That is the kind of transformation. We want to be able to be at the heart of our customers who come in. So that's one part of it. And the second item is to say, how do we strengthen our regional businesses? That will continue becoming a stronger part of our style of leadership, not just in Kenya.
Yes.
We also give an opportunity for entrepreneurs in Kenya to take advantage of the regional markets.
No, absolutely.
I mean, Uganda, South Sudan, Rwanda, Tanzania are big captive markets for our Kenyan entrepreneurs. And we provide one banking platform for them to transact. So if you're in Rwanda today, you transact and your money comes back.
Yes.
Because we're running a one single platform. Next year, we're also running a major project, Aly-Khan, to enhance our core banking platform. We were the first bank to invest in a more modern banking platform of T24 in 2008. We've run for 5 years now, and we want to do a major upgrade. We've been doing a lot of investment on the mobile side of banking, on the agent side of banking, on the web side of banking, and on those channels now to consolidate them to an enhanced platform. And we will definitely move into the latest version of T24 next year. So we are on a one-year plan.
So you feel your infrastructure is keeping up the pace?
Exactly, exactly. But now we want to be able to enhance into a higher version, a new model of T24 in the coming year, which will address a lot of the gaps we've had in terms of response, for instance, in terms of specific transactions.
Yes.
And all these innovations have happened around the core banking solutions. We want now to consolidate and have some convergence. Yeah, and for me, that is best in class about how to enhance service delivery.
Yes.
Because ultimately, even with the way we want to manage our relation with customers, it's a single point of contact. Yeah. We see also our contact center still expanding.
Yeah.
Significantly.
You said double this year.
This year, I still see it doubling next year. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be at the face and at the heart and the mind of our customers to respond and listen to their feedback. So that, for me, in a nutshell, is how we were. The philosophy around our changes that we've been able to have. It's been exciting to see the team. They've adjusted. It's now been, some of them, it's been 3 months, 4 months.
Yes.
And we're actually in a position of takeoff.
Yeah.
If you ask me for the team that we have gotten.
Yeah,
I've also seen
much more convergence in your team.
Yes. And also within the regions as well. You know, sometimes we have stronger countries, for instance, South Sudan, but that has been stronger because traditionally we were the first bank.
That's 9% of your profit before tax.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were the first bank in that market in 2006. So we've been able to build. So we've seen.
Was that an early move advantage? You're reaping that.
Exactly. But also we've been in that market where we've been in difficult times in that market.
Yes.
We were into a time when the country was still in a war environment. We've been able to come out of that. We see strengthening. The country is now definitely growing at a much faster rate, managing the macroeconomic indicators. Inflation is being managed. We're looking at that. They have difficulties on foreign currency, but that is a temporary scenario that will be addressed. And for us, we've seen strengthening of our business. What excites me about Sudan is that we are able to provide the first lending products 2 years ago.
Wow.
There wasn't any lending product.
Yes.
We didn't have any framework.
Yes.
We've been able to engage, and I must thank very much our governor here of Central Bank, because we've been able to collaborate across the region to say, how do we offer best solutions? You know, because Kenya tends to provide a little bit much more ingenious, innovative solutions on regulations. Share that.
Yes.
And we see in Uganda adopting, for instance, agency banking, Tanzania adopting agency banking. Rwanda was already an early adopter. South Sudan is in the last stages of adopting, and Rwanda and Burundi. So So and a stronger region requires stronger collaboration as well. And this philosophy is the kind of message or belief as an organization we want to continue running.
So talking about Sudan, obviously, which was a hard to access, typically people would look outside and say, oh, yes, that's a difficult market, but it's been a core part of your P&L. What new markets are you looking at where you can replicate that kind of story that's happening?
Aly-Khan, I would say that our vision, the way we grow in the markets we go to, is not a one-size-fits-all. I keep on saying every single time when you see our strategy, the countries, yes, it's East Africa, yes, but each country is unique. The needs of our customers are different. You also have stronger players in those markets. So, for instance, in South Sudan and in Rwanda, we have very strong, deep, strong retail network. In Burundi, we are building that network. In Uganda and Tanzania, we have adopted a much more niche-specific style. And that is the need of the countries we continue to grow. Ultimately, is to meet our customers' needs in the markets we are, both our regional customers, what you call our regional corporates, and also our individual customers in those countries. But also number two is to make sure that we can then meet the needs of returns for our shareholders, because that is critical for our business. So we're looking at the region as well. Our view is consolidate, continue to grow. Our expansion is based on our customer needs. So we have customers. I have a number of my customers today who are in 14 countries.
Yes, that's what I'm going to ask you. Because if you look at trade flows, you would have thought the Somalia side must be something you must be considering because of the number of Somalis. DRC, Eastern DRC, Ethiopia. Are these the countries that you would be looking at?
I would say, without being very specific on the countries, that is exactly the area that we are looking at. I mean, our expansion will be driven naturally by the trade flows. But it is the key precursor that enables us to grow in those countries. So we have a lot of trade flows we see with the eastern part of DRC. We see not much with Ethiopia today.
You're not?
Yeah, but we have very little today. But we see a lot of Ethiopia and South Sudan. That's a very unique integration.
Wow.
See, because we've a lot of Ethiopia business between South Sudan, where we are a large player in that market. So that's a natural opening for us, because it's not Kenya and South Sudan, although we have business, but it is South Sudan and Ethiopia where we're a large player in that country. So that's an area we're engaging very seriously, and over time we'll then be able to make our formal move in the country. Although today we have restrictions, so we're working on our representative office, which is largely the way to invest, but there are other opportunities in that country. We're also looking at Somalia. I would say is that we're looking at from far. It's an interesting area. We have a number of our customers there. We've also set up an Islamic banking wing in our business.
You've done that.
We've done that, but that's in Tanzania.
Okay.
Yeah, and we set up a full-fledged Islamic branch today with the view of enhancing that to a full-fledged Islamic subsidiary for us, for the group. For Tanzania, we introduced first Islamic banking business in Tanzania over 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And has that been successful? It's
been very successful today. If you look at the Tanzania business, close to 1/4 of our business is Islamic banking.
Wow.
Yeah. Now it's a business that really needs to be understood. It's quite complex. It's not very much straightforward. So we build at times training, building the capability, getting the skill base, getting the solutions around that, the product channels. We actually certified, in Tanzania, as a compliant Islamic bank.
Wow.
So that gives you an opportunity in terms of we can offer different solutions for our customers across the region, where for me it's an exciting space. And we're also saying so expansion, I mentioned about the region where we're looking at, but one is country expansion.
Yes.
The other area is looking at enhancing the service provision for our customers. Remember, our goal and vision is about saying how do we become the preferred solutions provider for our customers in the region. And therefore, this year we're working very strongly about advisory services on our investment banking. So you will see the KCB Investment Bank. Our KCB
is that capitalized? Is that licensed, everything?
We're in the licensing stage today. I mean, we've gotten a clearance and approval from the central bank for us to progress. So I would say that within a quarter, we'll actually be ready to progress on this. It's a very exciting time because you're looking not just in Kenya, but the region.
And what would you see your investment bank doing? Because we've had lots of different models that have come out. Some of them have not been that successful. That's my impression. What is yours going to be doing?
What we do bring, though, in our business is the relationship that we have got. We've got strong relationship with our large customers and mid-tier customers who require connection to the market. Yeah. So naturally, our investment bank first gives solutions for customers that we have today. And being a large corporate bank today in the region, that's a natural business for us. And we have even before we have registered fully, we have a lot of advisory services we are providing from our corporate finance.
Yes.
And that is really what is growing. And then the small and medium enterprises for us is an area that we provide advisory services, not the fast cutting edge, complex solutions, not at all. It will be the very day-to-day advisory, the structuring, the financing, the results. but also providing, to some extent, big deals, for instance, in sectors like oil and gas, where we are training specific amounts of skills of our people. So if you look at the team that we are building, it's a very credible team that we put together. That is one aspect. Second aspect is about expanding aggressively our bank insurance business. Yeah, because our customers look for insurance from us. And for us to be able to grow that, we haven't been very strong in terms of partnership in that area.
Have you partnered with anyone on that
We
side?
haven't partnered at all today with any insurance company, but we are actually in the stages of doing that. But we established our bank insurance business. It's available. We are running that. We expect it to grow by 200-300% in the coming financial year.
Wow.
Because we are with a big distribution network.
And you've also got the mobile channel as well.
Exactly. So, and this is when I talk about partnership, is an area that we are working to our colleagues within the telecom industry and say, how do we work collectively to provide a solution for them, not just for insurance, but also for savings, for their pension, for their long-term solutions. Because my customer in Gikomba has a chance today, or my customer today in Kangemi has a chance to say, I want to put aside X amount of my money for my long-term retirement pension. And that is the kind of fit that bank insurance will provide for our customers. If you look at this experience in South Africa, in Asia, is very successful.
No, that's right. I've seen that. You can even buy your insurance off the phone.
Exactly. We had these discussions just the other day with Bob. We were saying this is an exciting space to be able to say, how do we work collaboratively together? It's not just for us to make returns, but it's about transforming the livelihood of millions of our people who are out there, who are saying, give me a channel, a simple channel, an easy channel that I can be able to utilize and I can be able to access. And because we run the large custody business in the market today.
It is the largest, is it?
Yes, we received a recognition just the other day from the Capital Markets Awards. Then we are able to actually go back in terms of reinvestment. Because it's how do you manage that kind of fund that then you collect for the sake for the customers getting there. So these are the kind of ideas we're saying financial solutions provide a big array of services for them. And for me, I'm excited about bank assurance, excited about the investment advisory we can provide. And those our strong bank is a good enabler for transforming our lives of our customers.
Joshua, you mentioned oil and gas a lot in this interview. Can you just tell us about what you're seeing happening in the EAC community at a macro level? You know, oil and gas, obviously, are you putting money to work in that area?
Yes. It's very exciting. I mean,
you're seeing growth. You're seeing
we're seeing growth. I mean, we're seeing some exploration coming in, drilling companies coming in. We're seeing a lot of value chain investment, whether it's water supply, real estate. For instance, in Uganda, in northern part of Kenya, we see that in South Sudan. I mean, this is a holy area with a lot of hydrocarbons. We call them lakes of hydrocarbons. So it's an exciting area for us. And what we have been doing in the last year is to build skills and capability. We have a team. So within our organization, we have a team specifically focusing on oil and gas, skill development, delivery, and knowledge. It's not a normal day-to-day business for us. And our belief is we will build a lot of partnership today with large institutions. We have over 200 correspondent banks relationship internationally across the world. In fact, the largest breadth. And what we're saying today is how do we build that kind of relationship to support the development in that sector? It will require many partners coming in together. Transportation is an area where we're a big financier today. And initially, that's an area that we will put in resources to say transportation of a crude oil, for instance. Looking at the real estate within where the investments will be made. Looking at the pipeline solutions, for instance, where there are going to be explorations being done, drilling will be done. So our first steps of financing today is for drilling companies coming to say we want to do the drilling work. And for me, it's a journey. It will be an exciting time as we progressively improve investment as a financial institutions. And part of the reason why we're looking for long-term funding in the future is actually to support that investment. And then working with the local community in terms of social investment, because that's important, not just as the bank, but also as our foundation. Because ultimately, we're going to work collectively together with the communities, both in terms of supporting their growth, supporting their training, giving them the capabilities, also give them a chance to run in terms of businesses. I wanted to mention something else, Aly-Khan, is around our focus the bank has got. I talked a little bit about the type of banking. Because our focus about youth and women is an area that is very soft to the heart of the bank. We've been spending the last 5 years on micro banking solutions for women groups, our youth groups, and so far over 500 million shillings of loans offered. And what we're saying is this is an area we want to continue to enhance, to doubling the amount of facilities we have available, and linking them within our value chain of our streams of our medium and large businesses. So in a way, we are standing in the heart.
You're actually adding value to those customers.
Exactly. And we are becoming, when I talk about collaboration, we're becoming a strong partner, for instance, with the WESO Fund that the government has launched. To say, how do we then enable them, how for financing? So we have already products available for them to say, the government has said 30% of the supplies or procurement will come in from women and youth. We, as a large institution, have to provide that kind of business financing support for them, because they already have a buyer for the product they're going to supply. And that, in a way, enables them to improve their financial empowerment, enable their capabilities, grow their businesses across the value chain. They will know where to source them from, because some of those are already within our Biashara Club. For me, it's an exciting time that we in the private sector find a way to engage collaboratively with the government or public sector in the case of national development.
That's fantastic. Joshua, I'm going to leave you with one last question. You know, we've known each other some time. We both felt that the tipping point was coming in this region. Are we getting any closer to it? Have we tipped? When do you see the tipping point? And are you positioned for that tipping point?
Very good question, Aly-Khan. I would say that a lot of focus and interest globally where I've been is in our region, both from East Africans in the diaspora, people outside in the region. But a lot is changing. To look at the level of growth, I believe that we'll achieve a 10% expansion of our economy in the very short term.
You do believe
in this moment, yes. Because we're already seeing our countries in the region already reaching 8%. And therefore, the change is already happening today. The shaking is already taking place today in terms of the changes, in my view. And I believe that with investment in technology, where Kenya is in terms of skill and capability, it will be a big accelerator to make sure we achieve and realize the dream that we've seen. So that belief of the change is already happening even today. What you would like to see going forward, perhaps in this between now and 2020, is a faster rate of change. So the pace will a bit accelerate by more partnership for us. And as an organization, we have been always prepared. Today, we are more than ready. And it's not just about Kenya, but remember that we are in the region, the only institution today in all the 5 countries and South Sudan. So we are already providing our business partners, government partnerships, with a good platform to run their business and enhance growth. This economy today at the region, we say $85 billion. Kenya is half, around 40 billion, more than half or 45% of that. We see ourselves transforming and growing that pie much bigger, not just alone, but with our business partners, with the government relationship, with our individual customers and every other person. And if there's one thing, Aly-Khan, we can do, and my parting short is, we have a duty today as leaders to drive a stronger country for our future children. We have every single role today to be in the leadership to support that to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.